Also, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. I would also like to give a double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do rule well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, unto the true and sincere brothers that are out there prophesying and laboring in this truth and this doctrine. Unto you, I say shalom. They devise mischief upon their beds, and this is the wicked elite. All right, and this devil on the screen you see, Klaus Schwab, is he ain't one of the tops, but he's one of their minions. All right, he's an Edomite that does the dirty work. Is one of the heads that is responsible for getting this new world order going. All right, and it says WEF warns an era of shock events is coming. All right, and when you Google shock events, let me see, Google it. It says, in contrast, shock events or crisis present unexpected windows of opportunity. How can a crisis? Who is to gain from a crisis? The wicked elite. They say, excuse me, no, don't let a good crisis go to waste, where they have the ability to present, a new system, a present, bring forth new laws or new legislations. All right, and that's eventually what's going to happen, where they had all these psyops that are going to take place eventually, and they're going to, bring forth their new world order in doing so. Okay, whether it be a EBT, not EBT, what is it called? EBT, EMP attack. All right, some type of cyber attack, some type of false flag attack, terror attack. It's going to be several of these different events that take place that's going to, push forward a cashless society, push forward, securing borders, or blocking borders off. You should say, really. Um, it's going to push forward this one world government. All right, it's going to push for the like I said, a cashless society. It's going to bring forth all these agendas that Esau wants to bring forth. These so-called shock events is what they're calling them. It says four global risks out there for the post-pandemic era. So let me go back to this and read a little bit of this article, because these devils, they're clearly warning you. All right, they're clearly giving you a warning. So when shit happens, you can say, well, we warned you, or we told you, or this article came out, or this publication came out to tell you that, oh, we're going to do this, this, and this, or these things, events may happen. Like this devil said, this devil right here, Bill Gates, said, the next pandemic will get your attention. All right, so when the shit happens, don't say that. They'll say, we don't say that you weren't warned, but the prophets are here to give you a clear warning and telling you who's doing it. All right, and you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans need to wake up and understand that this devil, this system, America, is not for you. All right, and you better break free of it, spiritually, mentally. All right, before these devils got you where they want you. All right, these devils got you begging for a new world order. These devils got you begging to, they're gonna be really, really, y'all gonna be begging for the chip. All right, that's how bad it's gonna get out here. All right, but the elect, that remnant, is not gonna fold. It's gonna put their trust in Yahawashi. It says, according to Professor Maha Hossein Azin of New York University, the coming decade will be shaped by heightened global risk and unpredictable shock events. All right, so yeah, it's unpredictable to the common person. All right, but it ain't unpredictable to the prophets. All right, and these the wicked elite, they know what's coming, because they're the ones behind the scenes pulling the strings to make these certain things happen. And really, we know it's ultimately the Most High, because this is His will. Okay, to bring forth this judgment. This is His will to unleash Esau, his sword, on you Israelites. All right, says in a new opinion piece posted on the WEF's website, Asin claimed anything can happen in the post-pandemic era and went on a list of 3 potential shock events that could happen soon. The first is an emergency of a new global extremist group, which the professor claims could use AI to create a new kind of terrorism. And we always know that AI is pretty much the future of Esau. Esau is using AI for pretty much everything now. Okay, AI is taking jobs. All right, AI is is making Esau's job easier. Okay, so they could use that. You could use that device as it said a terrorist. AI create a new kind of terrorism. And you see movies like I, Robot, Terminator, where they say the robots take over and shit. All right, with the world distracted with multiple major wars and leadership in decline, this could be a opportunistic time for a new extremist group to make its mark and maybe not face as many consequences. Perhaps it will even leverage AI tools to kick off a new phase of terrorism. All right, the next potential shock event is deliberate cyber pandemic, as is a point to the recent CrowdStrike outage, which crippled computer systems worldwide. That's an example of the chaos, the damage of large-scale cyber attack could cause. The outage cost Fortune 500 companies 5.4 billion alone. All right, that's the last one. Other predictions from made by Professor Asin include a dispersal of global power away from the U.S., which is burdened with global wars, domestic challenges. That the reoccurrent crisis of political legitimacy in the U.S. and abroad will deepen, and there will be a more complex global mental health crisis. And a lot of this is going to bring on uprisings of the people, of course. Okay, with the unstable government. All right, potential world war. All right, it says domestic challenges. All right, with migrants from China, migrants from Venezuela, these several different countries that Esau is just letting into the country to pretty much cause havoc. Or eventually the people are going to fight back against these migrants. It's going to be an all-out war. It's going to be a domestic war, and of course, it's going to be a global war. All right, and Esau wants these things to happen. It's the what's it called? The Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. So they want shit to get out of hand. All right, this is part of fulfilling their new world order. In order for them to have some order or restore order or bring forth a new order, things have to be in disorder. All right, it has to be um, poverty. It has to be high crime. All right, it has shit just got to be out of control. All right, for Esau to bring in the troops, and bring in draconian type laws. All right, where you have no rights, where Esau is pretty much shooting to kill. All right, when they come in and break these certain uprisings up, when they when the people are fighting against there's race riots, is nations rising against nations, when it's anarchy. Yeah, Esau is going to bring forth order, and it's going to be they're not going to hold back at the end of the day. All right, because it's all a part of their agenda, and depopulation is a part of their agenda. So they don't mind taking out a couple of million, 20, 30 million if they got to. Like I said, it's a part of their agenda. So let me hit a few scriptures on this, because these devils is you gotta understand, this devil is he can't sleep. He's always into some mischief. He's always into some shit. All right, he's always looking on how to pretty much further their agenda. This is Psalms 36:4. He devised mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He aborteth not evil. All right, so all this devil does is devise mischief. All right, it says on their beds. All right, I'm gonna grab this. They sleep not unless they have done mischief. Was that Proverbs 4? I'm going the wrong scripture. Proverbs 4 and verse 16. They sleep not except they have done mischief. and their sleep is not taken away unless they cause someone to fall. So these devils don't sleep, all right, until they come up with a new psyop, a new plan, a new scheme, all right, something to help forward their agenda. Let me grab this in the GNT real quick. Proverbs 4:16. Let me see what it says. Wicked people cannot sleep unless they have done something wrong. They lie awake unless they have hurt someone. Wicked and violence are like food and drink to them. All right, so it's like food and drink is something that we need to have to live. Wickedness and violence is what Esau needs to continue to go. All right, it could continue to in their minds continue to prosper if they do wickedness and evil. Okay, but all these things, all these psyops, all this shit is planned out. All right, it's nothing like it happened out of us all of a sudden, or like they say, it's no shock. It ain't no shock events when it comes to because Esau has they've been planning this shit for over 100 years, longer than that. All right, this is Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. This is a secret council. These world economic forums, that's the secret council of the wicked. And within those meetings, they have smaller meetings, all right, where say that World Economic Forum is 100 members, they have smaller meetings maybe where it's only 30. And then you have a smaller meeting than that where it may be only 5 people in the room where they really calling the shots. That's a secret council. All right, where it says devising iniquity, all right, devising mischief, all right, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And all these are snares, all these psyops, all these what do you call them? So-called crises, whether they be, they say it's a tornado or a hurricanes and earthquakes. We understand Esau has the power on the left hand. They can make these events happen through their left hand power, through their harp system, their different wicked left hand technology that they possess. That's in their power right now. Okay, so hey, we understand that these are all snares. These are scare tactics because that's what they did with the C-19. They scared the world into thinking that if they got this, they were going to die. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to use all these scare tactics where people are going to be afraid to come out of their house. Okay, people like they tried to use during the pandemic. People, they said, "Oh, it's on the money." People had people scared to use their money. That went away fast, but eventually they're going to do something to make you not want to use money, or they're just going to just wipe out the whole system, crash the dollar, where your money is worthless, and then you have to adopt this new system. So Esau has several ways that they're going to bring forth this system. All right, they're just not going to say, hey, here's a new system, take it. This is the CHIP, take it. You're going to use it to buy and sell. No, Esau not going to get down like that. They're going to do things. Esau is slick and sly about his shit. They're going to, if people can willfully do it, that's what they want. Where they ain't got to get their hands dirty. Like, damn, Esau say, well, shit, we got 550 million people to take it without any force. All right, and the other portion, we might have to use some force. We might have to use this tactic, or try this or try that, and maybe they'll take it willfully. Maybe we'll give them a stipend. Maybe we'll give them UBI. Maybe we'll throw this in and throw this. Esau is using, and they're going to use all the tricks. All right, they're going to use the oldest tricks in the book, and they're going to use the newest tricks you ain't never seen. That's why you have to be circumspect. That's why you have to have your eyes open. You have to understand the times that we're living in. We're living in evil times, all right, where you just can't be just out there just thinking everything is all good and you got everything figured out. No, you got to walk in the spirit. This is Ephesians, is it 5? 5 and 15. See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. These are evil days that we're living in, where you got to be alert. You have to be on point all the time. All right, you can't be half stepping about nothing. All right, this is Psalms, 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Be sober minded, be vigilant, know your surroundings, know what the hell is going on. Be up on these current events. When you see articles, be able to see these articles with a spiritual eye. All right, because this devil, he ain't gonna play fair. All right, and this devil's gonna use, like I said, all the tricks in the book, the old ones and the new ones. All right. And we understand ain't nobody doing this but the wicked. All right, like I said, I always say this: who has the resources to accomplish and do all these things? Who has the resources? The media. All right, the multiple resources on the internet, social media to do this, to bring forth this agenda, to bring forth bring forth this iniquity. Excuse me. Let me get this Second Ezra's, and because this is what a lot of the shit that's gonna go on. Second Ezra's, 15 and 16, also in the beginning of this chapter, also in chapter 9. He answered me then and said, measure thou, Second Ezra chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, these are the signs. When you see the earthquakes, whether they're man-made by Esau or they're not. This, at the end of the day, it's the Most High controlling this devil Esau and gave him the power to do these things. All right, but when you see these earthquakes, when you see uproars, all right, amongst the people, meaning protests, mass protests. Let's look up in the G&T and see what it says as far as the uproars of the people. Mass protests. And a lot of these protests are Esau using what do you like psyops? You use crisis actors to come in there and get people riled up. Verse 3 in the G&T. All these damn advertisements. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, hey, you should understand it's a sign of the end. When you see the earthquakes, I mentioned that, national rebellions. All right, you see that on a global scale, but not not at the level that it's going to get. All right, because the main protest, the main rebellion, the main civil war is going to take place here in America, Babylon. International intrigues, unstable leaders. And either one of these presidential candidates they're not stable leaders. All right, they're not. Even though any puppet they put up there is not going to be stable, they're just going to be used by the wicked elite to forward their agenda. But you have to understand that. You have to understand that these candidates aren't really candidates. They're just puppets at the end of the day. Okay, that are set up there to push forward an agenda of the wicked elite. All right, so let me go back to the scriptures in Second Ezra. So I want to jump over to the 15th chapter because it spoke of shock events that could happen, and the shock events could be a part of this or could lead to this. All right, this is Second Ezra 15 and verse 17. Actually, I'll start at 14. Salakia. Woe to the world that and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, so it's going to clearly be some form of race riot, some form of fighting amongst citizens. All right, whether they be the police fighting the people, the military police fighting the people, but the people, all right, which outnumber these forces, are going to fight against the government, fight against the system, fight against the new regime, fight against the new world order. Because a lot of these jakes out here, our people, they don't know what the hell is going on. They used to tell them New World Order. They just think of some conspiracy shit like, no, this is real. All right? It's thinking that it'll never happen. No, it's happening before your eyes. It's happening, and Jake don't realize it. All right? Like that analogy they use of the frog in the pot. You just turn it up a little bit, and you keep turning it up, that's what's happening to Jake. All right, our people, their so minds are so mixed up in the folly of this world and their life and their success and all this bullshit that profits them nothing, that they can't see what the hell is going on around them. The America that they once knew, all right, that they still love, okay, is falling. All right, the dollar's falling, the morale of this place, the infrastructure. All right, these cities are being run down. These cities, America's really turned into a third world country, pretty much right before our eyes. All right, back to the scripture. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor prince, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. So all these sedition, all right, invading one another, homes, king, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. They're not going to regard their mayors, their governors, their presidents, orders, curfews, or whatever, whatever orders are issued out there. And it said the course of their actions shall stand in their power, meaning people are going to take matters into their own hands, and at the end of the day, they're not going to care about the consequences. A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So tribulation, famine, all right, people spoiling, their neighbors' homes, all right, no one having compassion or pity upon their neighbor. That's reality. That is almost it's a small reality right now with how people treat each other out here in the streets. All right, but it's going to be even harsher when resources are limited, mainly like food, water, certain supplies, different medicines. All right, these things are issues or problems that the average American and even the Americans that think they got some type of status are going to be faced with. All right, and these devils, they're going to sit back and watch it all happen while they attempt to push certain laws and take away laws, take away rights, and push their agenda. Okay, so let me see if I had anything else. Excuse me. No, that was pretty much it. I just want to hit a few points on this article. These devils are they're planning shit out, and it says shock events. Hey man, they think they're on their time, but well, actually, let me get one last scripture. I wanted to get but they're really on the Most High's time because they think that, oh wait, we want to get this accomplished by then, by now. Like, no, you ain't. It ain't up to you at the end of the day. It's up to Bahasham Yahawashi whether he can make this shit. He can make this shit crack. As this election gets closer. Okay, but hey, we understand things as far as pertains to prophecy take time, but prophecy is moving fast. All right, this is the last scripture I want to get. Psalms 10:3. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through his pride and his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. But this devil Esau, they boast of their heart's desire. They boast of the things that they're going to do in the future. They say there's going to be an era of shock events. They're already basically prophesying that or saying that these things are going to happen, and these events after are going to follow suit. All right, they don't. Hey, we say Lord willing. These devils don't. These devils don't. They don't believe in the Most High. They don't fear the Most High. Okay, but these devils are gonna. They at the end of the day, they ain't gonna win. All right, they've gotten away with a lot of shit, but this one, they ain't gonna win. They're not gonna fulfill their new world order. It's not gonna come to fruition. It's not gonna happen. They ain't gonna. It's not happening for them. All right, but hey, they're gonna try. They're gonna try their hardest. That's why you Israelites, you sincere Israelites out there, you gotta be on your shit, man. Because like the scripture says in second Corinthians 2:11, um, for we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, we're not ignorant of all these these psyops this devil tries to pull, and these we're not ignorant of none of it. All right, we see everything with a spiritual eye. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect, and I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Habakakwadash, Shalom.